Shields up, Ironbreakers. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys are all having a good time. I'm going to be cycling through some B-roll as we go through this. This was actually the previous live stream that we did where we hunted Arch-Tempered Lunastra for the very first time, which I thought was going to be a little bit fitting for at least some of the topics that we'll talk through today. I will then be swapping between relevant footage as we do this. I actually planned doing this as a video, but then I was like, you know what, it'd be cooler if we do it live, because then some of you guys can actually ask me questions while we go through this. Anyways, I know that I might seem a little bit out of it. It's because I've been suffering from some extreme migraines over the past couple of days. And when I say extreme, I do mean extreme. The other day I was up for quite a few hours with a massive migraine. It's not good times. Not good times. But anyways, in regards to everything else, it is good times. So, Gru! What's up, Gru? What's going on? Also, I see Kegrin, I see Gabriel, Ryan M, James Bryant, Goldish Fish, God Emperor, Paladin Leroy. What you guys all up to? Gidzor, shields up. Anyway, sorry, got a little bit sidetracked there. Like I said, my head not in the best place. So let's get started. So the last video that I did was actually a couple of days ago. I haven't been creating as much content as I usually tend to. And before you guys think, oh my God, this Rurikhan's getting burnt out. He's like, he's friggin' dying over here. He's getting depressed. And it's like, yes, you guys, I'm extremely depressed, so I signed up for this partnership with BetterHelp. If you guys click on the link for betterhelp.com/ no, dude. Fuck no. No, dude, I'm sorry. Nah, not me. Not gonna be promoting those kinds of services. Thank you very much, and I take that a little bit too seriously to take advantage of people with that condition. Anyways, continuing onwards, that was just a bit of a side jab there. But, yeah, so I believe that probably some people are going to be concerned about whether or not I'm burnt out on Mehsana World, because I haven't done a build video in a while. And I want to talk a little bit about that. So we did the live stream. We faced off against Arch-Tempered Lunastra. I killed her a bunch of times to get her set. And when I did get the set, it was not particularly impressive. Like, sure, I can side grade some of the stuff to include it into my sets, but overall, it was not a meta-changing set as I was expecting. I was really expecting the set to change a lot of stuff to the point where I would want to make a whole bunch of builds with the Arch-Tempered Lunastra set, and the fact of the matter is there isn't, and I'm not going to force myself to do builds just for the sake of getting views on YouTube and all of that stuff. That's not me. You guys know me. I know that I did a bunch of videos on Mehsana World, and it's probably one of the main reasons why I'm so successful right now on YouTube. But the fact of the matter is I did those because I wanted to do those. I've never gone into a video like, oh, I have to do a video today. No, it's always been like, oh, dude, this build seems like fun. Let's talk about it. Or let's do a build about this because this seems like a fun playstyle. So the reason I haven't done any builds recently is because there's not any build that I kind of want to follow right now. Like, I want to do something with Arch-Tempered Zora Magdros once that actually comes out. Again, I know that some of these armors have already been leaked. Like, I've seen them on The Game Economist, I think, because people have been data mining the armors. But it's like, look, I don't look these armors up. I don't know what the stats on any of these leaked armors are. And the reason I don't is because I don't want to get spoiled. I want to get the surprise of actually seeing the armor set when it shows up in game, right? So that's just the thing. That's the only reason. I'm not burnt out on Mehsana World, not by a long shot, but there's just not that much content for me to put out there right now that is not essentially milking. Like, if I eventually come upon a build that I work up, which I actually tried the other day, I was like, oh, dude, let's do a build with Arch-Tempered where I use her pieces to get the earplugs. But when I started putting the build together, I'm like, yeah, this is not any more efficient than the other build that I had for this. So it just doesn't make that much sense, at least in my opinion. So again, I'm not going to force it, is what I'm getting at. I'm not going to force it. Clint Johnson will talk about that topic real quick. Ryan M. I love World, but they keep padding a bit with the arch-tempered monsters. I don't know. Again, like, I get this feeling that because of arch-tempereds and even tempered monsters, I keep saying this, and I know that Kegrin has a completely different opinion. When I say, I'm not sure if there's going to be a G rank for Monster Hunter World. I just don't know. But either way, I'm not burned out. It's just one of those things that there's not a whole lot to do right now other than for me to go and grind for decorations, and that's not something particularly entertaining. Okay? But either way, you can expect it to, you can expect me to live stream it again once we get the Arch-Tempered Zora Magdros. Going to be doing that. Next time that there is a Kolf to Roth, I'm probably going to be doing that as well. I know that their Kolf to Roth is coming for the PC, and I know that you guys on the PC side of things, you guys got the festival going on right now. But again, I personally don't want to put too much time into the PC version because I think that might actually cause me to burn out going through the game twice. And then there's Generations Ultimate, which I haven't really put in that much time into. And the main reason I haven't put as much time as I want to on Generations Ultimate is because there's not that many content creation opportunities for that game, because a lot of people already created YouTube content and Twitch content around Monster Hunter Generations Double Cross, which is the exact same thing as Generations Ultimate. So there's not that many new things that I have to add on what's already been said. So when it comes to Monster Hunter, I'm more interested in what's going to come after and keeping up with the stuff that is going on in World. I will be playing Generations Ultimate, and I will be streaming it at some point. It's just I want to at least get the G rank. And right now there are other games that I have a bit more of a priority personally. And we're gonna be talking about some of those. So in case you guys are wondering what I have been up to, I've actually been playing quite a bit of World of Warcraft. And I know that a lot of you guys don't really care about World of Warcraft, which is why I kind of moved my World of Warcraft efforts into a completely different channel. Kegrin, if you have the link, if you can put the link up in chat, please, I would appreciate it. But basically, if you just Google up Warcraft Rui, that will pop up. But essentially, I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft because it's just good memories. Like, you guys need to understand, World of Warcraft might have been the first multiplayer game that required serious cooperation that I've ever played. World of Warcraft is also the game that I've probably played the most hours beyond Monster Hunter World. Well, I've played more World of Warcraft than Monster Hunter World, hands down. But it's one of my top most played games of all time, easily, because I just spent so much time playing it. Are you sure that's the link? What the hell? That's the actual link to my other YouTube channel? Hilarious. Okay, it doesn't matter. Zero Elite Gaming, I'm not telling you guys that you guys should be playing World of Warcraft. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of things in World of Warcraft that are in a bad spot right now. I'm still enjoying the expansion because I've been playing it with friends and people that I used to be in guilds with in the past, and that is what essentially makes it so much fun, is that I'm playing with friends. If I wasn't playing with friends, you know, I would not be as invested into it as I actually am. So it's just one of those things. World of Warcraft is one of those games that I've been playing a whole lot, but I'm going to be posting most of the World of Warcraft content on that other channel because I don't want to, like, you know, I know that a lot of people on the channel are more interested in console content, Monster Hunter, third-party games, stuff like Souls-like and that kind of stuff. And, you know, that's the way that I was, that's the way that I want to do it for World of Warcraft. And probably the other channel, I'm going to be using it for other Blizzard titles. So you guys know that lately I've also been feeling a little bit of an urge to play some Heroes of the Storm. So if I end up creating any content on that, probably end up on the other channel. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been playing World of Warcraft, but not just World of Warcraft. I've also been playing another game which is Spider-Man. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about Spider-Man as well. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be, wow, still playing Spider-Man? Still haven't finished that game? And no, I still haven't finished it because, you know, here's the thing. Whenever I'm playing a video game, usually I have to be creating content in order to actually play that video game. It's very hard for me to actually be playing a video game and advance in a video game without creating content for it because, you know, you're expected to do like about a video a day or something of that nature. And if I'm not doing videos for Spider-Man, it's hard for me to play Spider-Man. So recently I've been playing it quite a bit. I'm actually, I believe, at 60-something% completion. I played it a lot last night after we streamed World of Warcraft on Twitch. I played it quite a bit. And it's just, this game is phenomenal. Like, I really, really, really like Spider-Man. Despite the fact that I do feel that some of the open world stuff is a little bit uninspired. It does go after, you know, some of those things like, oh, go get collectibles here and go do these things here. But ultimately, the amount of polish that this game has is tremendous. And again, I'm going to be potentially, you know, until there is stuff that I'm interested in creating when it comes to gaming, I'm going to be spending a little less time creating content, and I will be spending more time actually playing video games. And you guys can expect me to talk about those video games when I actually fix them. Now, 2 video games that are definitely on my radar for me to play are Spider-Man and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I want to talk a little bit more about Spider-Man in case you guys haven't really played it yet. And the thing is, one of the first things that comes up is that the combat of this game is incredibly satisfying. You guys are about to see some of it, apparently, from the footage that I got right here. I just find the combat to be very satisfying. At this point, it's still fairly basic because I still don't have a lot of the abilities. This is an old video. This is at the very start of the game. But once you start getting deep into it, there's so many options for how you can play the game. I'm not even playing it on the most efficient way possible. I'm actually playing the combat in what I consider to be the more fun way. Like, I use the rock out suit power, which basically Spidey just pulls out a guitar and rocks out and everybody gets sent flying into the middle of the air and stuff. Yeah. Anyways, beyond that, the traversal of Spider-Man is just magnificent. Web slinging is just super well done. And to top it off, you got really fantastic visuals, fantastic animations that at the time that I started playing, I don't think I appreciated how good they actually are. Last night I was playing in 4K HDR, and there's just like so much detail to your character, particularly when you pull off these finishing moves and they really zoom in to Spidey. It's insane the amount of detail that they've put into the character. And oh wow, that poor guy. He freaking got dead. But yeah, this game has the best web swinging mechanic ever. I agree. I completely agree. At least any of the web swinging mechanics that I've experienced. The traversal reminds me a little bit of, I don't know how many of you guys played Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush also had really good traversal for different reasons, naturally. But I feel that a lot of people bypass. Hey, I don't stink. See that guy just say I stink? I think a lot of people bypassed Gravity Rush because, you know, it's not a big franchise like Spider-Man. But I think the traversal of Spider-Man actually has quite a few things in common with Gravity Rush. Ryan M, I have played God of War. I finished God of War in challenging. Give me a challenge. And I'm currently in the middle. I mean, I'm not doing it actively, but I am playing it in God of War. It's just very, very hard to go through that stuff. But anyways, when it comes to Spider-Man, beyond the visuals, beyond the combat, the story has actually been pretty good. But you know what's the really cool thing about Spider-Man? Is how you have all of these things in a single-player game. And you guys know where this one's going. In a single-player game, and it doesn't have microtransactions. And guess what? There's even a lot of cosmetic options with all the different suits that you can unlock for Spider-Man. And you don't have to buy double XP boosts in order to play Spider-Man. Yeah, you guys know I'm going to transition this into Assassin's Creed because I also want to talk about Assassin's Creed. I'm not going to go too in-depth because I think that most of you guys by now know my opinion on the Assassin's Creed situation. Spider-Man open world or Assassin's Creed Odyssey open world? They're too different. They're too different because, like, Spider-Man, if you enjoy the traversal and the city aspect, the fact that you're playing in New York City, and Assassin's Creed, if you would rather be in a more ancient setting, you know? Because, like, in terms of the activities that you perform in the open world, I don't think either of the games is particularly original. I think that Spider-Man is a better video game overall. But, I mean, if you're someone that appreciates ancient Greece, then you might enjoy the open world of Assassin's Creed better. You know? That's just the way it goes. But anyways, I just wanted to clarify a little bit of my stance on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because I kind of feel that a lot of people right now are coming on to me like, oh, Rurikhan, you're just hating for the sake of hate. You're jumping on the bandwagon of throwing shade at Assassin's Creed Odyssey for the sake of views and all of these other things. It's like, look, I don't think you guys understand. It's like, if I wanted to get views on YouTube, and this is actually something that I'm considering, to be completely honest. If I wanted to get views on YouTube, you know what I should be talking about? I should be talking about fucking Shane Dawson, the BetterHelp controversy. I should be talking about Jake Paul. I should be talking about all this other bullshit that happens on YouTube. If I wanted to get views and I wanted to get money, I shouldn't even be doing gaming on YouTube if money is what I was interested in. Okay? That's my honest take, straight up. So when people say that I'm just doing it for the sake of hating, no, I'm doing it because I like Assassin's Creed. Okay? I actually like the video game Assassin's Creed. I like Assassin's Creed 2. I never got into the rest of them because I couldn't keep up with them because there were just too many games being released. I actually enjoyed Assassin's Creed Unity, whereas a lot of people didn't. When everybody was, when everybody was going off on the fact that there was that face that was just a pair of floating eyeballs and all that shit, and that's everything anyone can remember about Assassin's Creed Unity. Me and Hengist were actually playing Assassin's Creed Unity in multiplayer and having a blast. Literally. You might still be able to go to the Squadron. I don't know if we did it on the Squadron channel or on the TGN channel, but if you Google up Assassin's Creed Unity Rurikhan, you might put it up on YouTube. You might still find footage of me and Hengist, and I think on some episodes even me, Hengist, and Pallytime playing through Assassin's Creed Unity, because me and Hengist really liked Assassin's Creed Unity. And I know that a lot of people think it's trash. A lot of people think that Unity was no good, but it's whatever. Opinions are opinions. What I'm saying is that I have high standards when it comes to what I expect from Assassin's Creed Unity, which is from Assassin's Creed franchise, which is why I was so blown away in a negative manner when I saw that there was such a distinct lack of polish. And whenever I see people commenting like against me, I'm okay with people criticizing the stuff that I say. That's fine. But what blows me away is when I have people criticizing what I say and saying, no, it's fine. It's fucking great. And I'm just like, how, I don't, like, maybe I'm not telling you not to like the game. That's not what I'm trying to do. I mean, if you like the game, you like the game. I want to like the game too. I'm going to play the game when I'm done with Spider-Man for sure. I'm going to be playing this. You can expect that. And I'm going to be talking about it even more. But ultimately, I'm not hating for the sake of hate. That's not the point. I'm hating because I had high standards. I had expectations. And especially when you come off of a game like Spider-Man, where you have amazing visual polish, you have amazing animation work, and you have just like all of these things that are well done, that are polished, that are cool. And then you jump on something like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it runs like trash. It's got long-ass loading times. The animations are not that great. The visuals are okay. It's too much of a contrast for me not to talk about it, There's just too much of a contrast. And whenever people, and I've had some of you guys even tell me that on the PC version it's fine, and I believe you. But then I also have actually people in the comment section that are now saying, no. Not even the PC version is good. The PC version runs like trash, and on good spec systems, and it's like, well, it seems to me like there's an optimization problem there, because maybe it's definitely running good for some people, because I trust people like Tredian and Zethus who've been telling me that the game is running fine for them. I trust you guys. So if there's other people saying that it's not running, then there's clearly performance, there's problems in the game. And I have high standards. That's just the thing. I have high standards for my video games, you know? And I don't just say stuff for the sake of saying it. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that a little bit. And again, I will be talking more about the game when I get to play it once I actually finish Spider-Man, because I'm not missing out on Spider-Man. And I'm also not missing out on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm going to be playing those two games for sure. James Bryan, I want to play The Witcher 3 again and buy the DLC. You know what? I want to play The Witcher 3 again. That's another game that I haven't really played all that much. I've played a little bit. I've never finished it. And as a matter of fact, I want to play Assassin's Creed 3 before Cyberpunk 2077 comes out. But I still have time. I want to say I still have a fair amount of time before Cyberpunk releases, you know? But people were saying that it was better than Witcher 3. Dude, that is so dumb. Like, I haven't even played through the whole game, so I know that it's a little bit pretentious of me to say that this game is not as good as Witcher 3. But I mean, just from a polish standpoint. Witcher 3 was much more polished than this game. 1,000 times more polished than this game. And that is regardless of what version you were playing. Whether you were playing on console, PC, didn't matter. Witcher 3 was just like, in terms of polish alone, much more polished. You can't say that friggin' Assassin's Creed Odyssey is gonna compete with Witcher 3. Come on. Be reasonable. At least be reasonable when you're talking about this stuff. Not to mention just the sheer ethics of what they do in this game versus the value that you get out of Witcher 3. Come on. You can't even begin to compare the two. It's just straight up not fair. So I don't. Yeah, when I saw the Twitter post from Jason Schreier said that, oh, they're doing something it's a competitor to Witcher 3, and I'm just like, dude, come on now. Who the hell are you trying to trick? The gaming community? Anyway, but yeah, I will be eventually playing through this. I will be playing Spider-Man. And I wanted to give you guys an update of where I stand with all of this stuff. I've been live streaming World of Warcraft, both on the Warcraft YouTube channel as well as on Twitch. So that's been kind of the effort that I've been putting into content creation, which has not been particularly successful, because trying to get a World of Warcraft audience at this point in time is good luck with that. But ultimately, looking forward, there are, I guess, 2 games that are going to be coming up here in the near future. One of those games is Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've told you guys time and time again, I'm not particularly excited about Red Dead Redemption 2. I have a couple of friends of mine that want to play it, and since it's going to have a multiplayer thing, I'm considering buying it just so that I can play it with my friends, and if I'm going to buy it, I might as well do a video saying what I think about it. What? Jode Wong, dude, what mushroom you smoking? Odyssey more polished game than Witcher 3? What? What? No way, dude. I think you meant that in a sarcastic tone. Please tell me you meant that in a sarcastic tone. He's been saying the opposite. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm sorry. I misread what you said, Jode Wong. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. But anyway, continuing onwards, I was talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know how interested you guys are in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like I said, I personally am not that much. But I will probably end up playing it, which means I'll want to do Spider-Man, and then I'll want to do AC Odyssey, and then I'll want to dedicate some time to Red Dead Redemption 2, and hopefully by the time Fallout 76 comes around, I'll be about ready to play a bunch of that on the channel, but I'm actually curious to know what you guys think about that. Like, out of those games, which one are you most interested in? You know, seems like you're gonna forget Monster Hunter World and all those. No, Alpescu, I will be playing. Like, Monster Hunter World is a mainstay of this channel for as long as Monster Hunter World is supported. So basically, it's like new events come up, there will be videos about the new events. New armor sets come up that justify me doing new builds. There will be videos coming up with new builds for all those new armor sets. It's just right now in the game, there's not a lot of sets that I'm interested in doing, to be completely honest, you know? Wait, when was that? I just got a grossly incandescent thing, but I didn't see the notification. Don't know what the hell happened there. Let me just triple check that I didn't miss on anything. It might be from a different window. I have so many windows open right now. Yeah, I got alert box for Twitch. Might have been a Twitch resub. That's probably what happened. But anyways, as I was saying, okay, let's check what you guys are saying. I'm interested in GTA 6. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar's making a lot of money this way. Just too many games to tell the truth. Got my head spinning. Yeah, there are a ton of games, Christopher Wright. There's so many games coming out right now. It's very hard to keep track of them. Like, one of the things that I actually want to play as well that I haven't had the time is Torna. The DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I love that. Judd Wong, Rurikhan, bring back Hengist on Monster Hunter. Dude, I'd love to. But here's the thing. I had a conversation with Hengist the other day, right? And he was like, oh, dude, we should totally do some more Monster Hunter. And I was like, oh, sweet, let's do it. But then he tells me, yeah, but I don't want to have to grind. And I'm like, then how the fuck are we going to fight arch-tempered monsters if you're not going to grind and, you know, upgrade your armor to the maximum? There's no way. You know, I can carry you, but that's not going to be entertaining. So it's like, you know, he wants to play the game, but he doesn't want to put in the grind, which I can understand. Yeah, so I'll probably do some coverage on Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. Rhea, which one is your favorite Monster Hunter game? Monster Hunter World. Hands down. Above and beyond everything else. And there's new content for Spider-Man coming out on the 23rd. Then I definitely have to finish the main story before the 23rd. So I think that the key that Sony sent me actually has, I think it's got access to the DLC that's going to be coming out. Dude, I'd love to see the Mighty Monster Hunters come back too, but the thing is, like I said, I mean, if Hengist is not going to put in the effort to actually grind, you know, he's going to get one-shot by most of the monsters. What do you guys feel about Fallout 76, though? You know? Hunter Gianap, do you have any interest in Anthem, or do you think that Anthem is going to be a microtransaction nightmare that won't be worth the money? I don't know, but since EA still sends me codes, I will be checking it out. I'm part of their Game Changers program. So if they're willing to send me a code for me to check out Anthem, I will definitely check it out, and I will tell you my opinions then. Like, I've said it. I'm willing to give Anthem a chance. I know there's a lot of people that are like writing it off just because it's Electronic Arts, just like a lot of people write off Assassin's Creed Odyssey just because it's Ubisoft. See, that's the thing that I don't get. How do I get all of this hate because I criticize a game when I at least give it a shot? There's so many people out on the internet don't even give these games a shot, you know? Like, I'm willing to check it out. I'll check it out. I'll see whether or not it's worth it, and I will give you my honest opinion. That's the way it's always worked. And if any day my honest opinion gets me into the bad graces of some publisher, well, that's too fucking bad, you know? I'll lose access to their games, and eventually I'll buy them if I have to. But ultimately, that's the way that I'm always going to conduct myself, you know? That's just the way it is. Fuck the Oscars, Paladin Leroy. That's awesome. Fuck the Oscars. You know, fuck you. Oh, there goes this video's monetization. It's no longer advertiser friendly. It's not advertiser friendly anymore. Christopher Wright, I did Fallout 4. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I am interested in your Monster Hunter World of Warcraft content. Would also like to see some other games here and there. AC, Spider-Man stuff, hopefully original. Divinity Original Sin 2. I streamed Divinity Original Sin 2. The problem with that is I personally don't think Divinity Original Sin 2 is a fantastic streaming game because there's a lot of reading involved, right? Whenever a video game has a lot of reading involved, it's not a very good game to live stream because live streaming is about being able to play a video game and interact with your audience at the same time. So in a way, I almost feel like World of Warcraft, when you're doing serious content like raiding, at least I am a bad World of Warcraft streamer because whenever I'm raiding, I'm super focused on actually raiding and I can't interact with chat as much. You know, that's the thing. And whenever there's too much text that you got to be reading through, it's hard to read through the text and go through the chat. But either way, I can tell you my opinion on Divinity Original Sin 2. I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone that likes those kinds of games, you know, tactical RPGs. Is it turn-based? It is turn-based, yeah. Turn-based, and it's the other thing that I want to say. Kind of like Baldur's Gate. If you like that stuff, definitely check it out. It's phenomenal. I love the freedom that you have in that game. The freedom to do pretty much whatever the hell you want. It's a really, really solid title. I can never manage to actually hit anything in a Monster Hunter game. Well, you gotta practice, dude. It's a very different combat system from most games. So you gotta practice. It just takes practice. Practice makes perfect. It's the best material for a chill-out stream. Yeah, my chill-out streams don't get that many people watching, though. Like, even this one, we got like 74 people watching. Last time I live streamed Monster Hunter during a major event, we almost peaked 1,000. That was amazing. That was amazing. Jim's right. I'm hoping it's good, but we're talking about Bethesda and one of their best-selling franchises in modern day, and that didn't turn out good except for newcomers to the series. Yeah. I don't know. I gotta watch that gameplay that was released. I haven't really watched it yet. I know that there's a big chunk of gameplay that was released. I'll probably do a video about that at some point. But it's like I am still interested in Fallout 76, but I would be lying if I didn't say that the whole beta thing turned me off so much that I haven't even been following up on it. Like the fact that they're not resetting characters from the beta, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Any sense to me at all. Like, how can you not reset characters? You know that betas are going to have glitches, particularly betas of a Bethesda game. Come on. It's going to have glitches. There's going to be people that are going to exploit glitches, get a shit ton of resources, and they're going to have an unfair advantage over everybody else unless the characters are reset. That's just the way it goes. It's always the way it goes. Even Monster Hunter World suffers from that. Like, you go out there, and sometimes you'll see people that have builds that have, like, fucking 7 attack decoration gems. Come on. You're going to tell me you got those legit? There might be 2 people in the world that have 7 attack decorations that they got in a legitimate way in Monster Hunter World, you know? So that's the way it is. Came out now. The game is in beta since last month. This is now a stress test. So people are keeping progress that they've been doing since the last month. Is that how it's going to work? Psh, whatever. Still planning on playing Torna exclusively on stream, or are you also going to play it off stream? Maurice Rat, I don't know. I haven't made up my mind about that yet. I mean, if I do stream it, it's probably going to be on Twitch, because I know that there's not going to be that many people wanting to watch it on YouTube, unfortunately. So it's like whenever I'm doing these streams of games that don't have that much popularity on YouTube, I end up going over to Twitch to do those. Simply because otherwise the YouTube algorithm is going to punish me heavily. And at the end of the day, YouTube is still my main source of revenue, you know? I'm not making that much off of it, but it is how I eat. Let's put it like that. US Alien Games. I did not play Assassin's Creed Origins, but from what I've seen of Assassin's Creed Origins, in my opinion, it is a much more polished game than Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Mr. Alpescu, what do you think about mods in Monster Hunter World? I'm all for mods that do not affect gameplay. So, like, I've heard that on the PC side of things with Monster Hunter World, you guys got mods that allow you to basically wear any armor as layered armor. Even though I'm not a big fan of that, I'm fine. It's whatever. I don't care. Because it's just cosmetic stuff. Don't care. But if you use mods that give you like the whatever those slicing shots are that deal fuck tons of damage and slice a monster all the way until it dies, like no, that's not okay. Or people like one-shotting monsters with overpowered ammunition, or one-shotting monsters with one hits from certain weapons. That, in my opinion, is not okay. Honestly, I thought that Twitch would be your main source of income by now. Interesting. No, because it's like I think I peaked out on Twitch at about 100, and actually I can pull it up. I can show it to you guys. I don't care. This is my dashboard on Twitch. You guys can see the number of subscribers. If we're at 175, I'm assuming at some point I had like 150 subs. If you take into consideration that Twitch takes about half the money of each sub, which is how much? It's $5. So therefore, Twitch takes 2.5. I take 2.5. Even at the peak, which was around 150, I'd be making about $300 off of Twitch. Right now it's 76, so I don't know. Do the math. 150, more than 150, 170. I don't know, $200, something like that. Yeah. No, wait, it's not. No, 150. No, I'm doing the math all wrong. 150. It's times 2.5. So it would be 75. 375 would be more like it. Yeah, 375. Whereas on YouTube, I'm netting 1,500 right now, I think, per month, more or less, $1,500. So yeah, you know, YouTube is still my main source of revenue, and a lot of that is because of the Mehsana World videos. The videos that I did with the weapon guides and all of that stuff. And some of you guys might, so why don't you do weapon guides for ranged weapons? Because even though I can play ranged weapons, other than the bow, I don't feel like I have enough of a mastery of those weapons. And I don't have that much of an interest in those weapons to actually do those guides. So yeah. Brandon Smith, what up? What's your opinion on Odyssey? I'm seeing lots of mixed reviews. My opinion on Odyssey is that the in-game store is ridiculous. It is abusive. The fact that there's a double XP, double gold bonus shows me that they're purposefully throttling the game to basically herd players to go buy those microtransactions. And there's a lot of people that kind of confirm that. And beyond that, I feel that there's a distinct lack of polish on the PlayStation 4 version when it comes to the quality of their animations, the quality of some of their visuals, and the overall performance of the game. As a game, though, I've only played 4 hours of it, so I can't really say much. I do enjoy the combat a little bit. I think the combat is fun. I think that doing the whole thing with the bird is fun. I think that using the abilities is fun. But I also think that it sucks that you can't get a Spartan shield on a game that is based around the heritage of Leonidas. How can you not have a Spartan shield, you know? You did not hear the amount on YouTube. You thought it would be more? What, more than $1,500 for the amount of views that I get? No. Not really. It's not that much. But it's like, you know, it's still my main source of revenue, which is why I still need to appease the algorithm and all of that stuff in order to, you know, be able to put food on the table and all of that stuff. Xenogamma is going to be great for all heavy bowguns and light bowguns. Yep. I believe it probably will, but I haven't really seen the stats yet, so I can't comment on it all that much. But yeah. Harold the Sailor, fuck you. Thank you, Harold. I appreciate that. Well, at least you're honest with your video, man, not clickbaits. Again, that's... I don't even resent people that clickbait on YouTube anymore, you know? Because that's what you need to do. If you really want to be successful and you really want to make a decent living off of YouTube, you need to do clickbaiting and you need to engage in dishonest tactics, disingenuous stuff. It's just a way to do it. If you really want to make a living on this platform, that's the only way to do it. Sometimes you look at some of the creators that you see in this platform, you think, oh, these are the most honest creators I've ever seen. They're probably not. They're probably doing something shady at some point in something. That's just the way it goes. Baven B, what's up? Sack microtransactions. Completely agree. Completely agree. But anyway, guys, these were all the topics that I had to talk about. So unless you guys would like me to talk about anything else, I'm probably going to end the stream. I just wanted to give everyone an update as to why the content has slowed down a little bit. There's also the fact that during weekends, because of my wife's job, I've actually been having to take care of the kids during weekends, which leaves me less time for content creation. But it does let me spend more time with my kids. So it is good in a way. But in another way, that's the reason why you guys have seen also a little bit less content. So for instance, tomorrow, I'm essentially all day with my son, and I don't have anybody else to watch over him. So it's not like I can just be, hey, you know what, sit quietly in the corner over there while daddy records a video. No, that's not how it works. Can you do a Devil Joe hunting horn build? I mean, you can pretty much use my base to face with the Devil Joe hunting horn, I think. Probably works. Although I haven't really updated base to face yet, so I can't do that. They should put fishing in Odyssey like in Mehsana. Why? Why though? Why would you do that? Then they could throttle fishing. You could have another microtransaction where you would get, you could buy the lures to fish, you know? Main weapon in Monster Hunter World, despite the fact that probably my favorite weapon is Sword and Shield, I would have to say that my main weapon is probably Charge Blade. That's what I've done the most hunts with, I think. You need to make a new video on the improved base to face I forced you to do. You know, I could actually do that. Like I said, I don't do forced videos, so to speak. Like, I don't go out and like, oh, I got to do a video about a build. But that build was actually interesting. That was a sweet build. And I never did do a video on it. You buy the Leonidas lure. It goes fish hunting. Now Ubisoft thinks you do not need to make the choice, so they do it for you. Oh, man. The last hunting horn you put as support can do every single monster in group, even with retards. But anyway, guys, that is probably going to be it for this video. The music has even stopped. So hopefully you guys are still all having a good time. You can expect me to be back with more Monster Hunter stuff once we get hit with Arch-Tempered Zora Magdaros, because I'm very curious to see what that armor does. Again, I know that it's probably been leaked. I haven't seen it yet. I will see it when it comes out, because, you know, I don't like leaks. It's not really my thing, covering leaks. Again, be another good way to get a lot of views, but... And if there's a Cove to Roth in between, you can expect me to do another live stream hunting Cove to Roth for people that are still looking to get some of that sweet loot. But yeah, you guys, remember, if you guys are new or anything, if you guys do enjoy the videos, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, which probably still will not notify you whenever a new video is out. And yeah, see you guys on the next one. Peace out.